All right, Heidi, thank you so much for meeting with me today. We chatted yesterday a little bit about your experience, so it's nice to officially meet you today. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the type of work that you've been doing for the past few years?
The most recent past probably 15 plus years, I've been in the mortgage business as a loan processor. I've worked wholesale with brokers, directly with lenders, doing everything from application to disclosures, um, to underwriting, to closing, to funding, to post closing. So getting to know the loan from actually the initial telephone conversation slash application with the customer. Um, Constant communication is a plus. Keep everybody happy. And then take it as seamlessly as possible, as make it as pleasant as possible, all the way through closing. Go over the figures, make sure that they're clear on the fees, the figures, the numbers. So when we get to closing, it's smooth and seamless, and everybody's happy, and there's no surprises. That's what I learned was key. Keep the path of communication open. Honesty number one. Any questions about any terms, figures, numbers, stay on top of it, keep it consistent, and keep an open line of communication. I found works best to get that customer to come back.
Yep, for
Keep them
sure.
happy.
Yes, absolutely. All right. And so we chatted yesterday a little bit about um, the transition. So, it's no secret. We all watch the news or, hear about the news and know that, the mortgage industry, the real estate business, there's a lot of changes with that right now.
Yep.
Is that with your long tenure with the mortgage industry, is that part of your reasoning to look for something else and not
E-
going
e-
back to something else in your field?
that's part of it. I've always been interested in working with people, and I like the one-on-one contact with the people. As far as the mortgage business, my broker, I've known Ron for going on 20 years, and he's getting ready to retire. So he's going to be out of the picture. And then Bob already retired, another one of my brokers. I went from there to a direct lender in the DSCR, debt service coverage, the investment property world. That was at an all-time high, and then it went to right now a very low point where they just let a close to a quarter, a third of their staff go because they need to cut back. So I thought, what better time than try something different? And I just kind of left the path open. Like I said, I've worked at law firms before in the past, and that would be my, you know, actually it would probably be my first right now because of the mortgage business. And after so many years of doing the same thing, I've tried different. I've done conforming. I've done government. I've done DSCR. Let's try something new. I worked from home a lot. I worked in an office as well. Um, I'd rather get back out there after being in the home office for quite some time. At this point, I think I'd rather get out and be with people in an office, a team environment. So I left that open. I didn't mainstream, just look for mortgage, remote. I really wanted to venture out a little bit more. I like the area, this Daytona Beach area. It's beautiful. I just rather get out, enough of being in the home office and get out there and get a little more interactive with the community and professional people and so forth.
All right, perfect. And my last question for you would be something I feel like that would be a given, but I do want to ask you a little bit about your math skills. I mean, it looks like almost your entire career you're handling financial documents, you're doing closing, documents and such. Were you actually doing any of the calculations with that?
Yeah, the payments, people want to ask, what's my payment at this rate? What's my payment at this term? If I want to put more money down, if I want to take more money out, um, it's something that comes second nature, like anything after you do it a while. So it's not something that's intimidating. Once you get it down and you can talk intelligently, you've done it. Once you do anything so many times, you're going to get better at it. And I'm
Good.
not, I'm good with numbers. I'm good at explaining the numbers. I can go over closing statement just as good as some of the title companies can, and definitely better than some of the brokers out there. The
Good.
brokers are sales, and as the processor, the detail is what is my responsibility to keep those numbers in line. Again, if they want to change something up, not afraid to say, I'll tell you what it is at that rate, at that amount, at that term. These are the fees. These are the fees based on different terms. If your rate changes, yeah, you know,
Hmm.
I'm good with numbers, and I'm not afraid of them to, make changes and explain how that change affects their, in this mortgage business, their payment, etc. So,
Good. All right. Well, wonderful. I don't think I have any other questions for you for this part, but don't hang up. We got a few more things to chat about. Thanks.
okay, I have my pet.